All right, so today we're going to be running an experiment where I'm going to be experimenting with my workout, trying to maximize the amount of muscle that I'm building. So muscle builds most when we do more sets. So because of that, I'm going to be trying to do 5 sets of chest and back today, and then see if I'm able to recover by next Friday. So that's going to be, today's Monday, trying to get to Friday, and trying to get to Friday without the muscle being in pain or having to reduce the number of reps or weight that I'm using, because any of those would mean that the muscle's not recovered, and I need to dial it in a little bit more precisely to try and maximize sets while minimizing fatigue. So if that sounds good to you, if you're trying to get the most out of your workouts and want to join me in doing this, hit that like button for me to let me know you want more content like this. So now that everyone knows what we're doing, we're gonna go back to our bench press. So this is for the pectoral muscles, especially this clavicular head, the part that detaches from your collarbone down to your sternum, this upper part of the chest. So for me, I usually had been doing 3 sets because I was trying to deal with the muscle soreness and not overwork the muscle. But I found that changing some things about how I was eating protein and making sure I got more protein at the end of a workout has really helped mitigate some of that soreness. So because of that, I'm gonna try and really up the amount of volume I'm doing on my chest to build more muscle. All right, let's go in for set number 2 of this. Sorry you guys that the mic wasn't working on set number 1. All right, pushing out to the front, bring my hands to the outside of my shoulders, and then pushing straight up, keeping my hands in line with my elbows. Trying to bend the elbow and push the elbow straight. Pushing my chest out, keeping my shoulders wide. So I'm aiming for 13 reps per set. I might have to drop the reps in the later sets though. We'll see how that goes. All right, going into rows. Found just dropping the seat out of the way makes it so it takes less time to reset up the equipment. So with rows, I'm keeping my back flat by pushing my hips out to the back. And from here, I'm gonna try and drive my elbow up to the ceiling. So those lats engage by pulling the shoulder back this way. So I'm working the lats, which run down the rib cage into the lower back. And then also these muscles back in here in the traps and the muscles around the shoulder blade. So working that whole upper back. So keeping my back flat, letting my arms hang, and then pulling my elbows up to the back. And 13. So I like doing these two together because I'm working the pushing muscles and then the pulling muscles. And so I can limit how much time it takes while still maximizing getting both sides of the joint and a lot of muscles worked all at once. So set number 2. We'll see how this goes with this experiment today. Trying for 5 sets. So we're 2 sets in now. We've got 3 more to go. I like these compound movements though. A compound movement is a movement that requires multiple muscle groups across multiple joints to do. So this one I'm working the elbow and the shoulder all at once. So we're getting muscles of the arm, muscles of the chest, muscles of the back. So all that combines to have a much more efficient workout, where instead of having to isolate each muscle by itself, we're hitting multiple muscles at once. The one difficulty with compound movements is your heart rate, and it builds a lot of heat, and it causes your heart to beat faster. Not a bad thing, but it can be more fatiguing. All right. Going into our 3rd set. Now I'm gonna try and maintain 13 reps, but if I can't get 13, that's okay. Just gonna try and keep it consistent as much as I can though. But if I feel like my technique is breaking down, my hands are starting to be uncontrolled or wobbly, that's where I'm going to stop my reps. Because that means that I've gotten everything I can out of that muscle. All right. Now something I'm doing is not bouncing out of the bottom. I'm going down controlled all the way through. So I'm not letting these sort of bounce off my chest. Wow. 13. Okay. That 13th one took a lot out of me. Can definitely feel that though, working my chest. So that was our 3rd set of chest. We're going to the 3rd set of bent over rows. Okay. I'm going to slide this back just a little bit. I think that'll be easier to see the rows with. All right, so bending to the front at the waist. So I'm not bending from my back, I'm bending from my large hinge of the hip. So this right in here. So nothing at the back, it's all from the hip. That'll protect my low back. From here, I'm going to pull up to my chest or up to my rib cage, driving my elbow to the back. That's 13. That was third set. So I'm trying for 2 more sets of these, and then we're gonna move to some leg exercises next. The nice thing about these is I'm actually working my arms already. So I'm getting some bicep and some tricep into this as well, because this is a compound movement working the muscles in my arms, as well as my chest and my back for the set of 2 exercises. So I'm waiting for my heart rate to come back down a little bit. I can feel it's beating pretty fast. This is what's called an anaerobic workout. So we're mostly able to do this without a whole lot of oxygen being metabolized. So because of that, your heart rate will increase. It's okay, that's normal, because it's having to deal with that carbon dioxide and that quick metabolism. Your body has 2 ways of dealing with getting energy without oxygen, and then it has 2 ways to do with oxygen. So over here you've got the fast energy, that's sugar, and over here you've got things like fat and slow metabolizing sugar. All right, so we're gonna go back into our chest. This is for our 4th set. So we've got 1 more after this. We're trying an experiment maximizing how much we can grow a muscle. So to do that, we're trying for 5 sets today, and then doing 5 sets again on our next workout to maximize how much we're growing. So I'm trying to get every bit I can out of this workout. So to do that, I'm really trying to up my sets. Now, if I have to drop my reps a little bit on this 4th set, it's gonna be okay. My body is getting used to this, and it might not be able to do 4 sets at 13 reps. So we might need to do what's called the drop set, where we drop the number of reps as we go up in sets. I'm trying to get myself psychologically ready, because these are challenging. They get more and more difficult the more sets we do. Okay. Trying to go all the way down every single time. 5. Hey, welcome to the live stream. Navin, good to see you. 12, and last one. Nope, I have to stop at 12. That's okay, I got through 12, and that's about my limit on set number 4. How are you, Navin? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Today we're going for a 5-set workout, trying 5 sets of chest and back. Had been doing 3, now we're bumping it up a little bit. See how much we can get out of this, because the more sets we do, the faster the muscle grows. So trying to add extra sets to increase the rate of growth. So if you're liking this workout, if you're wanting to push further and build more muscle, hit that like button for me to let me know you want more content like this. All right, go into the row. Now on the row, it's very important that we don't round our lower back. So we want this still to be hinging from the hip, especially as we get tired. It's very easy to throw out your back if you don't pay attention to that part. So when we're doing this, we want to hinge from the waist right here at our hip. So we don't want to round the back like this. We want to push your hips to the back. so you're flat as you do a row. So for me, I found that stretching my hamstring has really helped with being able to hinge from the hip, because my hamstrings are not really tight holding on to that, because they actually come up here and attach to the hip. So if they're tight, they're gonna twist the whole hip backwards where I round my back. If you guys want to know about stretching and stretching routines, let me know, and I'll make sure to include that in the workouts we do. So we're going into our fourth set of our bent over row. So letting the dumbbells hang to the ground. I'm sticking my hips out to the back straight, pulling up to my rib cage, driving my elbows to the ceiling. 12. So when I do incline bench press, your arms are going too wide. Just make it a little bit inside your chest. So if I go inside here, I'm hitting more of that tricep. If I go wide like this, I'm getting more of that chest fiber, where I'm really getting that high tension in the muscle. The more the muscle stretches to its maximum length, the more that muscle can build. So I know some people that's uncomfortable in their shoulder to go quite as wide, but sometimes what you can do is actually lighten the dumbbell slightly and work on that range of motion, because I want a full length in that chest press or in that bench press. Doing it like this, it's not bad, it just emphasizes more that elbow. That tricep gets a bit more to do a narrow grip, and going a little bit wider, I find gets a much deeper stretch into that pec. And studies show that getting more of a stretch under tension grows that muscle faster. Now I would say if it's uncomfortable in your shoulder, I would definitely agree with you, where you don't want to put your shoulder in a position where it's painful. I do like the close grip. I'm just trying to emphasize more of that chest fiber. Got one more set to do. So you're saying, I hope I understand you correctly, you're saying go more like this, where its elbows are sort of in, rather than going out like this, where the elbows are out. The chest is an adductor, so pulling it into abduction, where the hand's really wide, lets that muscle fully open and close. I want to let that go through its full range of motion. All right, one more set, trying for our fifth set. Fifth set's always the hardest. So I want to see how my chest recovers from this. So today's Monday, so I'm gonna give it 3 days of rest before doing chest again, and then hit chest again on Friday, seeing if I can match the number of reps, sets, and weight that I did today. So that's the experiment we're running. All right. Okay, 5th set, here we go. Okay, stopping at 11. So I did 13 on the first 3, and then 12 and 11 on the last one. So I'll probably have to do a drop set on Friday too, but we'll see if I can match that next workout. Oh, 5 sets definitely takes a lot more out of me. Now, if you're liking these workouts, want to be here live, then hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified. I go live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I do all my workouts live on stream. So what I'm telling you to do, I'm doing too. So, or what I suggest to do, I'm doing too. So if you're looking to make working out and exercise part of your daily life, let me help you do that. Build a community where we can work out together. So now going to our last set of rows, hinging at the hips. I'm gonna move this down. So hinging at the hips, so back straight and pulling up to the rib cage. Driving the elbows to the back. 8, 9, 10. Wow. Oh. Okay, so that's our arms for today. Got all of our pulling muscles and all of our pushing muscles in 2 exercises. So now we're gonna move to some legs. All right. So for our legs, what I've been enjoying doing is doing a lunge. So for this, put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. 90% of my weight is gonna be on this front leg. So from here, I'm gonna bend this knee as much as I can and kneel down to the ground. So this leg is just here for a little bit of balance. This front leg is the one that's doing all the work. So I'm gonna kneel down and back up. I'm trying for 15 reps on both sides. And switch to the other side. Try and keep the feet about the same distance away, same distance of step on both sides. Kneeling down to the ground. Now I'm trying to keep this knee going in the same direction as my foot is pointing. So I'm trying to really bend that knee forward. So that'll force me to keep my hips square to my knee. If you feel like your hips are going out, try and really engage that side of the hip. Pull it in. $15. Whew. So that was one set. I'll say, doing 5 sets, I definitely feel it a lot more in my cardio. So we're getting a cardio exercise while we're doing weights. I actually prefer doing something like this to running. I'm just a terrible runner. I run everything like a sprint. So I tend to not be able to do distance running. So if you're just joining us, we're doing leg exercises using body weight to do a lunge. And then I'm gonna pair this actually with a face pull exercise. So while my legs are recovering, I'm gonna do some exercises for the back of the shoulder. So the rotator cuff muscles and the posterior deltoid back here. So we worked a lot of those anterior deltoids in the bench press. Now I'm gonna work these smaller muscles that help hold the shoulder together. So for this, I'm going to lean against a wall and bend forward at the hips. Then from here, I'm gonna pull my hands up to my ears and then back down. You should feel this in the back of my shoulder. It does not take a heavy dumbbell to do this. So I'm pulling up and back. So wide as your ears. You can let your wrists just sort of dangle down. Heart's beating pretty fast. So with this, unlike a row where I'm pulling down here, so the lats pull this way with the arm. So by pulling my hands up, I'm actually deactivating my lats, which means all these smaller muscles back here have to take over. So that's why I'm pulling up to my face rather than down to my ribs. And that's what's going to get you those smaller muscles that help stabilize the shoulder. I don't know if we're gonna get five sets of legs today. We'll see how things go. I am almost out of water. All right. All right, chat, I need some support. This is tough. I am trying to stay motivated to go forward, but I could use a hand. So 1 foot stepping to the front. This is gonna be our working leg. I'm gonna let my heart rate come back down just a little bit. I think I'm gonna be limited by my heart otherwise. All right, from here, 1 foot forward, this is our working leg, kneeling down to the ground. One. Trying to keep my knees pointed straight towards the front. Trying to go all the way to where my back knee touches the ground. Working the muscles in the front of the thigh, back of the hip. And same thing other side. Oh, I should have started with this side. Oh, we're definitely getting our cardio in today too. Oh. So right now my heart rate got to 170 doing squats. So it's working hard, getting a cardio effect as well as building muscle. I'm taking a moment between to let my heart rate come back down because I want my muscle to be the limiting factor, not how fast my heart's beating. So now going to a face pull. So with this, small muscles take less blood flow, less heart. So for this, I'm working the muscles in the back of my shoulder, those rotator cuff muscles, and posterior deltoid in the back here, as well as a little bit of that middle trap. So for this, I'm gonna bend forward at the waist, letting the dumbbells hang down, pull up to my ears, and then back down. So this way. So I'm bending forward, pulling up to my ears into that external rotation of the shoulder. Thirteen. That helps strengthen these small muscles in the shoulder that often get neglected. A lot of times people feel shoulder pain or clicking in their shoulder because these muscles are too weak. They're not holding that shoulder firmly in socket. All right, I'm gonna take just a second before we do our last set of legs. Debating if I want to do fourth set of legs or third set of legs. My legs feel already pretty spent. My quads are cramping right now, so I think I'm gonna stop at 2 sets for legs. Keep the legs consistent. And if I feel good on Friday, then I can add more legs then. But at the moment, I think that would be a mistake to do another set of legs. So we focused most of our effort on 5 sets of chest and back, If you're liking these workouts and want to see more, I host them on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be back here on Friday and we'll see the results of this test, how that muscle is doing after doing 5 sets. So thank you for being here. Hope to see you next time.